What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick from Mysarium, and we are back with a very special episode of So today's episode is special because y'all get to cringe with me. Not through all of it, but through some of it. So this is a reaction video to, well, not all, but the majority of the bands that I've played in over the years, dating back to 2006. And that wasn't even my first band. I don't have any recordings of my first band, which is a blessing and a curse. A curse because I kind of wish I had recordings of that just so I could see how far I've come. But it's also a blessing because I'm kind of glad we don't have any recordings of us. We'll just put it this way. I was the oldest person in the band at the time, and I was 16. Our first show, we played the main stage at the Webster Theater in Hartford, and we lucked out by getting that spot. It wasn't because of anything, like we didn't show any promise or anything like that. It was just like, oh hey, the actual headlining band for this show kind of saw what a dump the Webster Theater was and dropped. They said, oh, some other things came. We know what happened. We knew nothing else came up. Come on. It's the Webster. It's a fucking dump. So this is going to start with my second band and kind of progress from there. So we'll start with my second band, which was The Congregation. The drummer for the band, Zach, is one of my all-time best friends. His company is actually an affiliate with my company, Darking Productions, which does, mixing and artwork and composition assistance and all that kind of stuff. His is post-fix, and he does video editing. And he's also the drummer for OK and the Night Crew, and he does a whole bunch of stuff, like he has a public access show called Public Access and Chill. That, amongst many other projects, they have a whole Public Access and Chill universe where they have a bunch of sub-series and everything. If you guys haven't heard of them, check them out. They're a funny group of people, and I fully suggest taking a look because they've got some quality memes. So, yeah, this was the first recording of a band that I have. No vocals. This band was 7 people. No, it was 6 people, so it was 3 guitarists, the drummer, 2 bass players, and one of the bass players also played keyboard. None of which were in this song, but... So this is Simmons by The Congregation. 3, 2, 1. And just a refresher, I was 16 in this as well. This was also the first full song that I wrote for a band too. Yeah, get him, Zach! Kill him! Oh, man. Alright, so that was Simmons by the Congregation. I feel like I have a little bit of explaining to do. So, as you saw, I kind of just did this. You can briefly hear in the background a woman's voice saying, "Excellent!" That was my mother. That was my mom. So, to kind of bring this all together, so this was the second time as a band that we played the song together. The oldest member of the band was Zach. He was 17. He had been playing drums for a couple of years. The kid is honestly a phenomenal drummer. He really is. It was just, like I said, he was trying to be very creative with his techniques and kind of push the boundaries a little too far for what the song was. And I mean, we joke about it now, obviously. The other thing to keep in mind too is that the way that this was recorded, the whole band practice space was in Zach's basement, and the way we recorded was into like an 8-band kind of like cassette recorder, a Tascam, with 2 microphones hanging from the ceiling. That quality came from 2 regular like vocal microphones hanging from the ceiling, one near the drum kit and one in the center of all the amps. All those facts considered, not that bad of a live recording. I've heard worse come off of, you know, record store shelves. Record stores. I'm dating myself, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the Simmons by the Congregation. We've got to move on to the next song. So this next song was also written by yours truly. This is called Sword in the Stone, and this was written for a band I was in called Perfection is an Act. We never played any shows. We were both mostly just a garage band of like local kids to my area. We didn't really have any means to record, so I just figured, hey, you know, let's put something out there. So I recorded the song and put drum loops to it. This was also in like the mid to late 2000s, so having clips from movies in the beginning or at some part in the song was a huge thing still. So the intro to this song is the barracks scene from the beginning of Full Metal Jacket. You know, the "How tall are you, Private?" 5'9", sir. 5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. That whole scene, the whole fucking thing, up to when he says, "I'll be watching you." So we'll skip that just so I don't get entirely claimed on some shit.
I'll be watching you.
Here we go. So this is basically what Mysarium would have sounded like in 2007, 2008. Those drum loops, though. God, I don't remember these vocals on this. I don't know if you can tell how uncomfortable I am right now. Break this shit down. So creative. Alright, so that was pretty fucking terrible. I don't have any words for that other than I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm sorry to. Partially me, partially you, the listener or watcher. So yeah, that was Sword in the Stone by Perfection is an Act. You'll never hear that one on the radio. So this next one, we ended up practicing in my garage for a while. And this band actually got pretty popular around the eastern side of my state. We were honestly one of those bands that was better live than on the recording. Not so much because of the recording quality, because, well, let me start off by saying I did not record this one. So it's better than that last monstrosity. It was a very, very inexpensive recording studio, and our singer had no idea what the word pitch was, or key, or anything like that. He was great when he did covers, because he knew the notes. So this song is Reappear by the band Eye of the Pyramid. This was the first band that I played bass in. The other bands I played guitar. So this is the first band I played bass in, and here we go. Alright, so as we go into this bridge, I'd also like to give a shout out to all the members of this band, Eric, TJ, and Nick. They are all fantastic musicians. This recording doesn't really do them justice. They were a blast to play with, and yeah, I think we would have been a lot better without the vocalist, but that was a discussion that kind of led to me being out. So they lasted long after that, which is a shame. So that was Reappear by Eye of the Pyramid. And if I remember, I'm going to insert a picture briefly here of a group photo of the band. We were edgy. That was, I think, my senior year of high school, so about 2009. So this next band is called Subject to Change. This song is See You in Hell. This song was already written when I joined the band. We had written a bunch of songs after that. This was about 2 years later, so this is about 2011. I was in this band and the other following band after this one at the same time. And we had actually a couple shows set up where we were going to play, or I was going to play both bands in the same show. Didn't end up happening, unfortunately, but that would have been a blast. So in this band, I also played bass and I sang. My singing wasn't really that great. I had been out of practice for a while. I used to sing in high school and middle school and elementary school, and I was in advanced vocal choir and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I know I can sing. I'm just not really cut out for the metal thing. I still do it because it's fun. So we'll give that a listen right now. And this was recorded by Devin. honestly still love this song. Like, I love this song. It's a good song. It's fun. Alright, so that was See You in Hell by Subject to Change. The little end part where I say no knee, that was when we were recording vocals, Pat kept at the very end of the song, he kept pointing at his freaking shorts, and I had no clue what he was talking about. So I was like, what do you mean no knee? Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. And then come to find out, he was trying to tell me to say something like, bring your shorts, it's gonna be hot down there in hell. Oh, it was some good times, man. That was some good times. On to the next one. So this next one is called Furbies Don't Die, They Live Forever by the band Aesthetic Waves. Now, I will say that this album was written and recorded before I joined the band. I was only in the band for a little while. They ended up not working out, breaking up, all that kind of stuff. But this was one of the songs that I learned to audition for the band. And it's quite the contrast to my previous bands. So we'll say the Congregation was kind of like industrial metal kind of ish. Perfection as an Act was supposed to be kind of like hardcore-y, kind of like Screamo. Eye of the Pyramid was definitely like an alternative rock kind of feel. Subject to Change was kind of like old school heavy metal. This is pop punk. Also not recorded by me. Yeah, Furbies Don't Die, They Live Forever by Aesthetic Waves. It's a vibe, man. It's a real vibe. I kind of wish the band worked out because I had a lot of fun playing with those guys. My buddy Brett, he was one of the guitarists for the band and one of the vocalists. It's a shame because I loved playing with those guys. It was a lot of fun. They were all great dudes, and it's a shame it just didn't work out. But, you know, life goes on, and we all grow and evolve into different people than we were when it happened. So it is what it is. It sucks, but like I said, life moves on. All right, so next up on the itinerary, second to last group here, second to last previous group here, is Letters to the Living, song Intolerant Hate Machine. So I joined this band long after its inception. A couple of the members were prior members of Curtain Hits The Cast, which is a pretty big local band in the mid to late 2000s from Connecticut. The drummer Sean and I, or JD as he was known for a long time, Sean and I have been trying to get a project together for a couple of years now, and obviously, especially lately with the whole COVID thing and his job and my job, time's just not aligning. It hasn't happened yet, but I'd like it to happen because the dude's a phenomenal drummer. The other guitarist is my buddy Connor, who him and I actually started years ago, back, 2011, 12, whatever this was. We actually started doing guitar lessons together for a while, not teaching each other, but teaching other people. We had a company and all that, made like a little introduction video. It was great. But this is kind of more, again, like alternative rock kind of feel, and I think you guys will like it. And this was recorded before I was in the band. This is one of the songs that I learned to audition for the band.
I see you looking at me, and when you see things you wanna believe, and now I know what you see when you look at me. A fucking intolerant hate machine. Intolerant hate machine, baby. Intolerant hate machine. Now I see just what you see. Just a fucking intolerant hate machine. Come on! intolerant hate machine, baby. Intolerant hate machine. Now I see when you look at me, a fucking intolerant hate machine.
So that was Intolerant Hate Machine by Letters to the Living. Another group of people I really miss playing in a band with. And this last band that I was in, the Green Invaders, the song is Intel. I co-wrote about 50% of this album with these guys. And when I say these are some of the most prolific and talented and down-to-earth musicians, I truly mean that. The guitarist, Sean, is first and foremost a phenomenal guitar player. Like, next level shit. Like, best in the world, no, but like, personal influences, top 10, no questions asked. And he's a great dude. Very good dude. He's kind of doing the Green Invader thing. I wouldn't say solo right now, but kind of solo-ish. The singer, Freddie, I actually met when I was in college. He wasn't the original singer when I joined. There's another whole backstory to that. But I helped get Freddie in. The drummer, Steve, who's unfortunately no longer with the band. He joined the military. But Steve is... he's a character. He's a good dude. He's a great drummer. I was the bass player for the band, and we went through a couple different people trying to get into the second guitar position, but it just never really worked out that way. And their new bass player, Sean, that I could not have chosen a better person to replace me. I left the band for some, we'll just say some fucked up reasons on my end. It was kind of a mutual thing. Like, I won't get too into it, but I'm glad that they've progressed the way that they have without me in there. I still support them 100%. They're great dudes. They are, especially Sean, is kind of one of the many influences that I have in the way that I write, how I write, and what I write. So we'll play Intel for you right now.
This
So Intel by the Green Invaders. Pretty stark contrast to a decade earlier when I first was recording in the band of Congregation, the first song we listened to in this video. I'd have to say my best memory with the Green Invaders was, funny enough, playing at the main stage at the Webster Theater. We played a battle of the bands to see who would get to win a spot on the closest Warped Tour venue. The guys were like, I don't know if we're going to play. We're probably not going to get on and everything. I was like, look, even if we don't get on, we're playing a show. We get to, work on our stage presence, and if people dig it, they dig it. It's exposure. Why not play it? We ended up winning. We ended up playing Warped Tour in Mansfield, Massachusetts in 2013. And then there's a whole nother mini side quest story that really solidified my understanding and appreciation of the music that I write and that I play. I won't get into that. It's a kind of a personal thing, but it was a very moving moment and a very touching moment in my life, and it really opened my eyes and changed my perspective to music more than previous experiences already had. Last, we're going to listen to a song off of the first bit of music that I ever let anybody else touch. My EP Wounds that came out in 2019 was the first time I ever actually sent my music to somebody else to have it mixed. My God, am I glad I did. Bryce Davila from Audio Badger Studios did a fantastic job mixing this. I had originally put MIDI bass on the tracks, and the dude messaged me saying, I hope you don't mind, I learned the songs and recorded bass for you because your music is too good to not have real bass on it. That, I'm not gonna lie, I almost started crying. I was so moved by that. It blew me away that anyone would actually think of my music at that capacity, and I was honored. I felt like I was cheating him out of money, so I actually sent him extra just as an additional thank you for being fucking awesome and a killer dude and stepping up to the plate and doing what I was too lazy to do. So this is the last one for the video, guys. This is Wounds by yours truly, Mysarium.
You left me with memories on my bedroom shelf. You left me to clean up this mess by myself. You left me with tons of scars and wounds that won't heal. But there is just one thing that you could not steal.
So that was Wounds by me. It's been a ride. It's been a very, very long and tiring and rewarding ride. And it's only going to continue. This ride is going to get longer. So you guys have finally gotten to hear my progress from 2006 till now. From my starting days in bands to my first actual recordings to my most recent bands outside of Mysarium and some of my newer material. And I just hope you guys are enjoying the journey that I'm going on, and I'm glad that I get to share that with you. It's been real, and it's going to continue to be real. And thank you for all your continued love and support. Truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It really means a lot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. With that, have a good one and take care.